snacks and stuff. Tell me why the line was so freaking long. Oh my god. What's up, beautiful? What's up, Nate? What's up, Sharice? Beautiful again, Nate again, Winnie, Demetria, Dolores. What's up, everybody? Sorry I'm late. Ariel. What's up, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. I wrote evidence down for today. You guys are funny. um, excuse me. But I wanted to talk about day four. Yeah, day four today. Technically, it started last week, but that was just a jury selection. But I wanted to talk about how the defense really, they came out swinging. I'm not going to lie. They literally came out swinging. And didn't I tell y'all? Y'all was mad at me yesterday, but I told you the angle that they're going to play is Cassie wanted this. This was Cassie's thing. She loved freak-offs. She loved it. They had her read text messages that, suggested that, she was down. She was down for the cause. And I hate putting it like that because people, even me just stating the facts of what happened, people are going to say you're victim shaming. But no, this is what it said in the text messages. They were going to use that. Now, do I think for her, because here's the thing. I do feel like initially, let's spice it up a little bit. Like, let's add somebody, let somebody, you can watch as I'm being pleasured by somebody else. And, there's people who are down for that, right? Now, the whole issue is that the whole freak-offs are being done against someone's will through an organization. This is the problem where I'm telling you that they're having a problem circling it back to the enterprise or the organization. Because notice they haven't really said names of like the people like the assistants or like the security guards. That'd be my thing. Like, can you please name the assistants, the security guards, the employees that were, giving you drugs? Like, for example, remember that Brandon guy who got arrested in Miami? Diddy and the guy was at the airport, right? And they were trying to leave, but they got stopped by the feds, and then the guy ended up getting arrested because he had that cocaina, that crack, the cocaina. Remember that? Cassie bit off a lot more than she could chew when she got with Diddy. Yeah, definitely. So again, I'm surprised that they're not mentioning names. They're asking Cassie, like, who's the name of the person that was here during this day? Who was that person's name? Asking her those kind of questions. Maybe they will tomorrow. I don't know. Because tomorrow is supposed to be her last day. The lady's 8 months pregnant. She can go in labor at any minute, especially from all this stress, Just because you like skin and got good hair doesn't mean free. Oh my god. Y'all be going in the comments. Yeah. And what was the terminology that they used? Drug partners? But basically the defense tried to make it seem like they were two druggies. Oh, these are two druggies doing drug. And I hate to stereotype, but usually in DV situations, it's like alcohol or drugs that are involved, and it makes people, violent, and some people can't handle that stuff. And that's the way it's looking. This whole case so far, there's been a few instances where it seemed like they were trying to paint the picture that this was a RICO, and then it would switch back to more like this is a DV. Now, as far as sexual assault and domestic violence, yes, that has been proven. I am not denying that when I say, Diddy didn't do anything. When I'm referencing that, it doesn't seem like he did anything. I'm referencing the RICO, the racketeering, the trafficking, all that stuff. That's what I'm referencing. So please don't get me wrong. DV is a crime. SA is a crime. What I'm questioning is the RICO. And we here's the thing. It don't matter what we think. It matters what those jurors think. And the jurors, they try to pick people who weren't really familiar with the situation. So if they're not on YouTube like us, like crackheads all day long, they don't know the backstory. They can't fill in them holes. A lot you have to think about it. If you never heard of a Diddy or you never heard of a Cassie, or you might have knew them, but you weren't really looking into the situation and knowing all the ins and outs, you're just going by what you hear, you know. You're not looking, they're not supposed to look on the internet, but you're not looking on the internet and stuff like that, so you're convincing someone who does not know you. You guys have to think about it that way. The prosecution job is to convince people who do not know the situation that this man is guilty. Coercion, organization, enterprise for gains. Criminally is not clear on both sides on RICO charges. Yes, that's the best way to put it. Yes, thank you, beautiful. See, you got an education. That's how you know how to put it in words. That human trafficking charge, true. Anytime that you move somebody with the purpose of, soliciting sex work, yeah, that does count. But I'm waiting to see the hotel receipts, the frequent flyer miles, and did they take people and move them, or was that just in reference to Cassie, that Cassie was moved to different places? Because when she said that she moved to LA to be closer to him, that seemed like that was free will. That doesn't seem that he forced you to move to LA. You willingly moved to LA because you wanted to be closer to him and he wanted to be closer to his children. And speaking of that, she also said that she tried to get closer with his children and it just seemed like she couldn't make that connection either. It just wasn't, yeah, she struggled with that. Also, they made her seem like the bitter ex-girlfriend. She was jealous of Gina. Remember Gina? She was jealous of Gina. She was also jealous of Kim. Even though, quote unquote, he broke up with Kim, she didn't like how he would always spend the holidays, and sometimes after the freak offs, he would go and see Kim. Ain't that crazy? And I mean, that's the mother of his children. They're always going to have a connection. Even when you break up with somebody, like, mind you, my dad and mom aren't together, right? But at the end of the day, they still have a connection. It might not be a sexual or intimate relationship, but my parents will always have a connection. I'm 30 something years old right now. Shut up. Don't say nothing ignorant before you get blocked. I'm 30 something years old right now. Like that whole, oh, you only connected until the child is 18. No, that's bullshit. You're connected for life. For life. The rest of your life, you are always connected to the parent of your child, or the mother or the father of your child, You're always connected for life. Chauvel, this is my show. I'm gonna talk about my age all I want to. In the 1920s, 1930s, American states was a type of city states. She was jealous of all the others. He always saw Kim. Yeah, Kim was going to be a staple in his life. I thought you were in your 20s. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Sharice. Now you're going to be cheesing over here. I'm all grinning. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, because some people think that 82 means that I was born in 82. No, my name is AT2. It's not a play on words. It literally stands for Andre Turner II. Andre Turner II. That's what AT2 stands for. It's not a play on words to mean 82, like I was born in 1982. I was not born in 82. I'm gonna guess 32. That very I like that, but no, I'm not 32. No, thank you. No, I appreciate that. No, I believe you. Y'all said block Chevelle or Shovel or whoever the fuck that is. Get your ass up out of here because you irritating my chat. At first it was okay, you was irritating me, but don't irritate my chat. Don't worry, I got them up out of here. Yeah, I would have thought 28, 35. I'm 36. LB, aren't you a hater? I think you be in my chat saying ignorant stuff. Say something else so I can block you. From an adult standpoint, everyone needs to know that every choice or decision comes with consequences, good or bad. Cassie knew what she was dealing with getting involved with Diddy for all those years. Yeah, that's true. I think it's a hard situation. A few things. It's hard because if you ever love somebody, you will do stupid shit. And that's Cassie. This is just me putting it in layman's terms. Cassie was in love with that man. Whether it was a little bit of his money, but she was in love with that man. And she did stupid shit. She honestly did. She did stupid shit. Because she loved him. And she thought, oh, I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be married to him. I'm going to have children with him. No. And that's what I said too. There has to be some kind of accountability on Cassie. And what I mean by that, you guys, is none of us got the impression that Diddy was a one-woman man. Remember, I asked y'all, I'll ask you guys right now. Do you think Diddy is a one-woman man? Yes or no? Or a man, I don't know. Whatever you want to say. But do you think he's a one-woman man? Oh, we got two yeses. Okay, Tiffany said yep. Mel said yep. No, he is not. Hello, you think she loved him or he didn't love her like that, so she may have done things. True. Hell no, hell no, hell no. Diddy owned slaves. That's pretty deep. Um, Diddy has never been a one-woman man. No. See? A lot of no's. Because let's be honest about something. If you look at Diddy's history, he had a kid with Misa. He was dealing with Kim at the same time as Misa. Then with Kim, he was dealing with Sarah, the baby mama of Chance, and then Kim had the twins a few months after he had Chance, which would coincide like, yeah, he was dealing with multiple women. And mind you, these are just the women he had children with. So again, let's rewind a little bit with Kim because during Kim, he was also messing with Jennifer Lopez. Remember? What's up, Genesis? We got two Genesis in the chat now. Yeah, so he was with Jennifer Lopez and he was still supposed to be with Kim at the same time. So this man was always known for dibbling dabbling with other people, but when it came to Kim, she couldn't date nobody else. Or she wasn't supposed to, right? Even when he broke up with Cassie, which they talked about. So when she was dating Kid Cudi, Cassie and Diddy were on a break. But he still didn't like that shit. And one of the reasons why he didn't like it, which was found out today, was that he suggested she do a song with Kid Cudi. Now, he didn't know that they was going to start, messing with each other. So that's why he really got pissed. But she said they were on a break. Now, here's the thing. Cassie admitted something yesterday when she was talking about her husband, but she also admitted it today too as well. So when she was dating Kid Cudi, she was still doing the freak offs. And that to me looked bad on Cassie. So you were with someone else and you still were doing the freak offs. And remember the day before, she said that when she was with her husband, she ended up having consensual sex with Diddy. And she did do a freak off with Diddy. In 2018 was the last time she did a freak off. So that means that, yeah. Jennifer says she had to leave when she was slicking her hair back and taking off her earrings and beating down a hotel door. So with Jennifer Lopez, there was multiple women. See? I believe that Cassie thought she could manage Diddy. Right. Was the MTA. Cassie was in over her head. Yeah. And one thing that I'm surprised that the defense didn't bring up, because to me, I don't know what else to call it. It does seem like blackmail. And the part that I'm talking about, you guys, remember when yesterday they had asked her, like, oh, so you wrote a book and then you sent the book over to Diddy and said that you wanted 30 million. And then when he laughed at it or he said no or whatnot, then you sued him. Why would you send him over the book and say I want money for this book or I'm going to put it out? That to me seems like blackmail. I would have just said, "Oh, I sent the book over to him as a part of my therapy because I wanted him to see how he hurt me and I was healed." And they didn't really explain that, or maybe the people who put it on Twitter, that part, and like on all the blogs, maybe they didn't explain it too well. But I was thinking that was blackmail. Put a one in the chat if that sounded like blackmail. She sent over the book, asked him for 30 million or she was going to put the book out. When he refused, then she sued. Yeah, that sounds like blackmail. So I'm surprised the defense didn't bring that up. Baby oil bully. Y'all are crazy. Oh my God. Now, Genesis, I know your weird ass did not just send me somebody else's YouTube video to watch while I'm locked. Did you just do that? Genesis, did you just disrespect me? Did you just disrespect me? Or was that a video to watch later? Hold on. This show about to turn into something different, y'all. Genesis just disrespected me. Oh, okay. It's a video to watch later. Okay, got it. Okay. I was getting ready to cuss her out. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Y'all know I'm off the hook, y'all. You know I'm off the hook. The dark side is coming. Yo, the reason why I be cussing people out. Okay, this is why I be cussing y'all out. Because y'all don't be playing that shit with the other YouTubers. Y'all be disrespecting me on purpose. That's how I be feeling. We gonna take a little side note, y'all, and then we'll go back to Cassie and Diddy. But I feel like y'all disrespect me on purpose because I'll be letting y'all get away with it. And then when I get pissed off and cuss at y'all like AT2 don't went crazy. No, because y'all be acting ignorant. That's why I gotta cuss y'all ass out. Because y'all wouldn't do that to Tasha K. Y'all wouldn't dare do that to Armand. Y'all wouldn't do that to a whole lot of different people, but y'all try to do that shit with AT2. Y'all know what I'm telling you. Put a one in the chat if y'all feel me on that one. Y'all understand where I'm coming from. Put a one, you understand where I'm coming from. Put a two if you don't. Shit. Right, simply. They ain't taking me serious. Like, yeah. So then when I cuss them out, they be like, oh my God, you're going crazy. What's wrong with you? Me? What's up, Jay? Peaches? I see y'all. Love you too. I love all of y'all. Anyway, There was because before I get into who's gonna testify, I wanted to talk about a few more things. Hold on. Was it on the neighborhood talk where I seen it? No, it might have been the shade room. Hold on. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Let me see. No, it's not that part. Hold on. Hold up. Oh, the Michael B. Jordan thing. They thought Diddy thought she was having an affair with Michael B. Jordan, but and this was the time she went to South Africa to go film a Honey 3. I didn't even know that there was a Honey 3, but went to go film Honey 3 in South Africa and thought she was cheating with Michael B. Jordan. And so I looked at the actors in that movie and I was all like, Michael B. Jordan wasn't even in that movie. So why would they think that she was? I don't know. That was weird, but they never confirmed yes or no. But she said that he thought she was sleeping with him. So yeah, that was another one. And then we already talked about how she was jealous of Gina and well, no, we didn't talk about Gina. We talked about Kim Porter. She was jealous of the Gina girl too, and she said they got into a lot of fights over Gina and stuff like that. Oh, one of the thank you, Vampire Goddess. I appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. The drugs, y'all. The drugs. Because I kind of talked about how they made them seem like two druggies, but it goes deeper into that. They read some text message where Diddy suggested that she needed to go into rehab. So even though he all drugged out, he suggested that she was doing so bad that she needed to go to rehab. So then, because here's the thing, you guys, was he really drugging her and making her do things? Or was she just high out her mind? And how can she be a viable, witness if she's getting high and doing all these drugs and they're doing drugs? Like, this is the way that they're going to phrase it. Now, we know DV sexual assault, that's wrong, right? I'm not saying that's not a crime. But as far as RICO, remember this whole Fed case is due to a RICO. We got to think about it like that. It's a RICO. They're not proving whether or not it was DV and SA. That doesn't have to be proven at all. It's the RICO. Showing that this organization, this enterprise was running as a criminal organization. That's what they have to show. Yeah, I was like, whoa, yeah. See? Oh no, did I block you? I was trying to read Empress comment. Hold on. They were doing drugs together. Nobody forced Cassie to do anything. Yes, that's the thing. And she even said that sometimes she would do drugs to try to numb herself. Remember? And one thing that will work against her, because remember, um, during that Tasha K interview, I'm on the phone, so I can't do the share screen to show you the video. But Gina, in that Tasha K interview, Gina said, "Well, yeah, I know Diddy does drugs, but he never forced me to do any drugs." So I was like, "Oh, he never forced you to do any drugs or anything like that?" I heard she was a colorist, dark skin versus light skin. I don't. Yeah, I don't know about that. Um. Also, they brought up Ryan Leslie too. She said that the trip to Miami was basically a guy's, basically like a ruse, so her and Diddy could go to Miami. Like they're going to Miami for like a working engagement, but really they were going to Miami to hang out and hook up with each other while she was with Ryan Leslie. Let me tell you, they did a great job of making sure to paint Cassie as like this promiscuous, scandalous woman. They did a great job at that. Hmm. Cassie's testimonies are not that great. Yeah, and I think also too, Cassie is not a great speaker. Remember, I was telling you guys, I can't think of how what Cassie voice sound like. I'm not talking about her singing voice. I'm talking about her actual voice. Like if you heard her voice, well, let me put it this way: 10 people lined up, right? And they all are behind like a curtain, right? And they go like, okay, you have to guess which one is Cassie. And so they all say hello or they say something, and you got to guess which one is Cassie. I wouldn't be able to tell you if they all had those soft, angelic voices. I wouldn't be able to tell you which one is which. I wouldn't. Okay, Soul, and let me get you up out of here, Soul, whoever you are. Cassie can't sing for the damn. Diddy made her a slave. And trust me, I think another thing that works against the defense is, okay, you saying, okay, she initiated the freak offs this time, but what about the time she didn't want it? Or is the defense trying to spin it like, okay, well, she was okay with them, and so Diddy didn't know that she did not want to do freak offs? Are they trying to spin it like that? Like she's so, sexually deviant. Is that right, y'all? She's such a sex bot. I don't know what the fuck you say. She a horny she devil. Did she want it? And he didn't know because he thought she was down for all that freaky. Like it's so many ways that they can spin it. Where Diddy didn't know that she didn't want it or not, right? Because she never said no. Because what I have not seen is either a text message, a voicemail, or even a phone call where she said, Diddy, I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to do that. Now, I hope, I hope there's like some kind of text message that the prosecution has that showed that she refused it or she didn't want to do it or whatnot. Like Cassie, is there one text message that said, "No, I don't want to do that. Like, please, no, don't make me." Like, I need to see that because even with the hotel video, we can't hear the audio. So, with that being said, it's up left for our interpretation. We know that she was attacked. We know that she was attacked. But it's not a DV case, you guys. It's not a DV or an SA case. Mr. Potato Head. Listen, I stick my whole head in your mama coochie, bitch. Get the fuck up out of here. Bye. I'm just kidding. I don't do that. Oh, Genesis, did you just come back? I cussed you out already and shit like that. You might want to rewind it back a little bit, but I figured it out. Your whole head. You know, when the trolls get in here, I gotta troll them back. That's what I do. Let me see. Okay. So I gave you that because I also wanted to talk about who they were gonna have testify tomorrow. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, yeah. That was basically it. Okay. So tomorrow, who are they going to have testify? Don Richard from Danity Kane. Remember, I was telling you guys they were saying she was going to testify, but it wasn't confirmed. Now it's confirmed. She is testifying tomorrow. Now, she still has that lawsuit with Diddy. Remember, she sued him back in August. And it was Don's lawsuit where that got Diddy in jail earlier than expected because he was calling Kalina Harper from Dirty Money trying to, basically swayed her like, hey, you gonna say like you don't know nothing, you ain't heard nothing, you don't know nothing, you don't see nothing, say Don's a liar. Remember that? So yeah, definitely they're gonna try to set it up that way. Because if Don Richard was lying, why are you calling her former band member or group member to try to persuade her or have a conversation about the law? Like, why? Like, you ain't never talked to her before. Now, it would be different if that was like somebody Diddy talked to, a lot, but it's not. Cassie's gonna be on the stand until Monday. They're gonna cook her. Oh, you don't think she's gonna? No, because can't they can take Cassie off and then put Don on so Don can testify and then put Cassie back on, right? Hold on, there's like a new Cassie attorney Douglas Wigmore. Oh, I didn't even see this.
And so she can be done by the end of the week and put this entire chapter of her life behind her. How's she holding up with the pregnancy? She's doing as best as she can. She's obviously, tired as you would expect, but she's holding up great.
What about Alex?
Tribute to her.
How do you feel like how they're flipping the script with the cross?
I don't think they're flipping any script. It just seems they're reconfirming the direct. Yeah, I don't know that. I don't think there's a legal defense to this case based on his drug use. So I'm not really sure what
Diddy's
that's all
team
about.
felt a little more excited today, though. Like they had a win today.
Oh, well, okay. Well, it's not really up to what Diddy's doing. It's not up to what I think. Actually, it's what the jury thinks. And,
Do you think Diddy feels any shame at all?
So,
I don't know what he's thinking.
I saw Cassie touching her back and stretching and drinking lots of water. Do you think that the stress could possibly induce her to go in sooner?
I'm not a doctor. I'm just a lawyer. I have no idea.
That's kind of like a personal question.
She seems great to me. She seems great.
Any word on how her husband is currently feeling?
I mean, I said it yesterday. If you were in his shoes, I think, this is difficult for him to watch, but he's holding up great.
What about the
Iced coffee.
Thing? Her saying that Diddy and his friends went without her, and then they brought it back that she said she went with them. Can that be standing in a
I think that's just a minor point that, unfortunately, somebody got wrong when she was being interviewed. She didn't look at those notes or anything like that. I think her testimony. The one thing about her testimony, really, is there's no credibility issues with her. The facts are the facts. She's telling them as they are truth. And they are what they are. This is not a typical cross-examination. There's no issues with her credibility.
You talked about her credibility, right? Yeah. I feel like yesterday made her seem, we empathized with her yesterday. Today, we're seeing that there may have been almost like a motive to her anger or her upset, which resulted in a lawsuit and where we are today.
No, I think the facts are the facts, the text are the text. The facts are the facts, the text are the text, and I think that the evidence will be clear as the case goes on and Cassie's testimony goes on, and we'll see what the jury does. Okay, I have.
Okay, that was the beginning that I missed. Is there another video in here? Oh, that's just Alex walking out of court. Feel like there was another video in here that I didn't see, I guess. Let me see, day 4. Oh, just the sons and everything leaving. Okay, yeah. Okay, nothing interesting, nothing to see there. Okay, but as I was telling you guys, Dawn is expected to testify tomorrow, which is going to be very interesting to hear her side of the story, as she worked with Diddy multiple times. Once in Danity Kane, then another time Diddy Dirty Money. With Don, they are going to say, oh, he was this horrible person. Then why did you work with him in 2020? There was going to be a new season of Making the Band, and then it got canceled. She was a judge or something like that on the show, but it got canceled due to COVID. So they're going to say, why did you want to work with him again if he did X, Y, and Z to you? Well, she needed money. That's honestly the reason. Diddy is known to not pay his artists. So when you think about it, fuck, they gotta, well, no pun intended, but they gotta fuck in order to make money, because Diddy doesn't pay his fucking artists. And I hate to be graphic when I say it, but when you think about it, if you're desperate, you're hungry, you can't eat, you can't pay your rent. And there's been so many bad boy artists talking about like they living in the slums, they can't afford to do this or do that. When you hungry, when you desperate, you're willing to do anything. And mind you, you done witnessed and seen the good life because you've been hanging around Diddy. You not going back to the slums. You not working a regular fucking 9 to 5. You're not. You've been living a good life, and you done seen how people be balling out and wilding out, and you done seen the best of the best. You're not going back to the slums. I'm sorry. Diddy been exploiting his artists sexually for over 30. Exactly. If you are not a hustler, you will cave to. Yep. I wonder if he made her get a nose job. Good question. I know it was said in that lawsuit he made her get a boob job, and then he didn't like it or something like that, and she had to get it done again. That's why I don't like him. Right. Cassie put out one album, and that was only by default because she was signed to Next Selection with her ex, Ryan Leslie. That's why. I want to be your chapstick. What the? Listen, we ain't having no freak off. Stop all that right now. Stop that shit. But what the hell is wrong with y'all? Damn it. That threw me all the way off. See, this is why I can't read none of the comments when I do a vertical live, because y'all just be acting ignorant and shit. We having a serious conversation. Y'all over here playing around. God damn it. It's in Mama Coochie. My parents are so proud of me. No, they're not. Oh my God. Kevin trying to get used, 82. I'm telling you, these people are crazy. Anyway, on a serious note, like I was saying, the artists are desperate. They're desperate. So they're going to do whatever they need to do to, make ends meet. And you got to remember, too, they're under the impression, because this is working as a organization, a well-oiled machine, he will never get caught. That's what they're thinking. He will never get caught. Now it's finally catching up to them. But like I said from the beginning, Ricos don't work on their own. They don't work on their own. Who are the other people involved? Excuse me. Oh, yeah, double tap the screen. That's how you like the video, you guys. Double tap the screen. Or go up to the top and hit those 3 dots and then like the video that way. But who are the other people involved? I've never heard of a RICO where just one person go down. Even that little nasty CEO, that freak nasty who was sticking water hoses up people's ass and shit like that. The Mike Jeffries of Abercrombie and Fitch. Even there was multiple people indicted. This one is very tricky because it's only Diddy. And I'm all like, what are y'all waiting for to indict the other people? You know what I mean? Oh, have a good night. I know, you know I'll be out of here. Sex trafficking, racketeering, and I forgot what the third count is. Honey, they're all freaks, yeah. The security, little drug boy, the assistant. Yeah, they all need to go down. That's why I'm all like, what's taking them so long to indict the other people? A RICO has to work with other people. Or is it... Now, I don't know if this is true. This has just been internet shit people been saying. But they've been saying that these employees have turned on Diddy. I don't know. Until they testify, that's when we'll find out. Or if they do. I don't know. Yeah, whoever dictated, orchestrated, and coordinated. Exactly. They need to go down too. Thank you, Gandalf. I don't know about Free Diddy, but hey, I appreciate the $1.99. Chris Brown's in trouble. Oh yeah, Chris Brown. Yeah, they went ahead and put that ass in jail because he hit somebody over the head with a bottle. Mind you, just yesterday he put out a Instagram story saying free Tory. Oh, now they need to free you because you in jail now. But I'm pretty sure he's out by now. But Cassie said no one else knew about the freak-offs, just Diddy's and escorts. Well, I think she meant like no one on the outside. That's what I think she meant by that, Barry. Like, because don't forget the employees were the one giving drugs, supplying the baby oil, and then like sometimes he would make the employees, well, not sometimes, like say if they really trashed the room, they would try to get the employees and stuff like that to clean it up beforehand, before the maids and everybody came, so it wouldn't look that bad. Remember? Now they done seen all that baby oil, the cum stains, and oh, they know some freaky shit was going. Like they knew something. I highly doubt any of the employees knew what was going on. Like, oh my god, I'm so confused. What? No, they knew. They knew. Trust me. Y'all know that smell. Like, you know that room was funky. I think Cassie even said the room was funky. That room smelled like Paducey. Now you know that was a nasty ass smelling hotel room, damn it. Yeah, we ain't even gonna play like it was smelling like roses in there. They knew what the fuck that smell. They knew what that smell was. Ugh. Just thinking about Diddy gives me the creeps. Like, ugh, you just nasty. Come on now. Mm. I wonder if they got room service. Probably didn't. Or if they got room service, it was before they trashed the room. And mind you, something else Diddy would do was buy out the whole floor. He would literally buy out the whole floor so then they could just have it for themselves. Yeah, Cass. I think I hate to say Cassie is doing a bad job, um, and I think it's just one of those things where she's answering the questions, and that's what you're supposed to do, right? But the answers that she's giving is kind of like, okay, well, is there more or because you have that whole leading question thing. It's a leading question. You can't lead someone to the answer. They just have to give it to you. And so they're asking her questions and she's kind of just answering them without giving full context or detail. Multiple rappers block entire floors of hotels. Right. Yeah, she's being honest. Yeah, that's the thing. She's being honest. Which she's supposed to be, right? I don't think Cassie is lying at all. No. Cassie seemed like a willing participant to me. This case has a long way to go. She did good the first few days. The other witnesses were good, yeah. The feds probably told her to get down or lay down. Oh, like, hey, you better testify. We need your testimony kind of thing. Well, here's the thing. When the feds raided his homes, the lawyer, Wigdor, who we just watched, remember he was all like, oh, if Cassie needs to testify, we're willing to testify, blah, blah, blah. Like, they were willing to testify. Now, if you're willing to testify, ain't too much you can do. I guess you're gonna testify, right? She was willing until she wasn't. Yeah. I want to see Jonathan Odie. Yeah. Hopefully we can see that too. Oh, also, I guess no one except the jurors are going to be able to see the pictures or the videos. Like it's not going to be given to the press to see. Which in turn, I think that's a good thing. Like, do we really need to watch them have freak offs to know the truth or to know that it happened? I mean, they both are confirming, like, yeah, we had sex. Like, I feel like the pictures or the videos necessarily don't prove any. I'll say this. I think the reason why we're so interested in the pictures or the videos because we thought it was going to feature celebrities. But if it's just Cassie and the escorts, I don't need to see that. We all thought that man was high and out of his mind. Little did we know, right? Demetria, she's not credible. What did Demetria say? I missed it. I'm sorry. If he gets off, thank Cassie. Ooh, damn. Let me ask you guys. I can't do no 30-second countdown on here right now. Do you think so far, we're on day 4, right? So far, do you think Diddy is guilty or not guilty of the RICO? Yes or no? Is he guilty or not guilty? Put guilty or not guilty. Day 4 so far. I'm going to ask y'all at the end of every day, do you think he guilty or not guilty? He's going to get off. Guilty, guilty. Guilty, not guilty, guilty, not guilty. Tootsie Roll, guilty. I see something about a lawsuit where they said like his thing looks like a Tootsie. I was like, I'm not reading that shit. I'm not reading it. Guilty, half guilty, so far not guilty, mistrial. Ooh, not guilty, guilty. Those transcripts read like a script for an adult film. Yeah. I need more information. Guilty, 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 guilty. He was sending assistants and guards to keep her with him. True. Rico will be the easiest thing for them to prove. Guilty. Okay, so Megan, you think they're going to be able to prove it? Okay. Now Kim, no. Now Kevin already said he wanted to be my chapstick. You can be my chapstick too. Y'all crack me up. Not of Rico. Okay, Winnie, I like that. I like that. Yeah. For me, the Rico part, I don't know. I think maybe the trafficking, yeah, that's easier to prove, but the Rico, I'm kind of like, What's up, Miss Barbara? And you guys, I don't know Cassie to be a colorist. I know that's been a thing that y'all put that out there, but I do not know that. I don't the only thing that I know is that the one lady was saying that she didn't like Kim because she was dark skinned or something like I don't know. No, Brian still is there. He got Young Thug off. True. But I thought Young Thug took a plea deal. Young Thug took a plea deal. He didn't get off. He took a plea deal. I didn't really keep up with that case, but as I know, he took a plea deal. Don't Do Me, Rico. Well, that would be trafficking. That definitely proves the trafficking part. If even one of those people testifies they helped him, that proves the Rico aspect. Yeah. That's why I'm saying, like, I wonder who flipped on him or one of the employees are going to testify. Love my kids. Whatever punishment Diddy gets hand over the same to Cassie and Not So Young Miami. Not so young. Ah! Ah! And thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. Young Thug has 15 years probation. Yeah, this was like, no. Young Thug took a plea deal. He didn't necessarily get him off. He took a plea deal. The young drug mule, I think so. I think he would be the one to flip. Rico is a security guard's little drug boy, assistant, travel assistant. What did LB say, Nate? Oh, yeah. I read that. Okay. How many years Diddy is facing? 25 to life. Yes, the foundation for Rico has already been laid out. Next, we'll see the Who's Who name testifies. Okay. They all covered and helped orchestrate his crimes. Rico for sure. I would not talk to him. Let me see your... Pay me and you can see it. Diddy has his family all up in the court, asked to cover Cassie's pregnant belly and kick Alex Fine out. I was gonna say, his family being there, I get they want to support, but it's like some of the shit, they don't need to hear that. What's up, Gigi? Kim died of a broken heart. Ooh. That man didn't treat her right. And then after she died, oh, she's the one who got away. I should have married her. Get the fuck out of here. You never planned on marrying Kim with your weird ass. What's up, Childish Bambino? Misa wasn't there today, nor were the girls. Yeah. Oh, and Misa put out a statement saying she was there to support the children and all this other stuff. Misa wanted to be. First of all, you got a botch BBL or something that got you walking funny. I think she had a boot on her foot, but I've been saying she got a BBL. That's why she was walking funny. I'll be sure said they got poisoned. I'll be sure saying that he got this proof that he was poisoned. So we'll listen. If I'll be sure does not testify, then I know he's been lying this whole time. I believe he blew up the car. Yeah. Kid Cudi confirmed that his car was blown up. Yeah, that's not a dispute. Misa wanted to be seen. No, I think they should know exactly who he is, the devil. Ooh! You're like, screw that. Leave them kids in there and let them hear all the shit they daddy was saying. I definitely think the boys need to hear it. They need to hear it because remember, they were the main ones out here windmilling for their dad. And your dad's a whole freak, and you out here windmilling saying, oh, you know, he ain't doing this, he ain't doing that. And yeah. Little do y'all know. How could Cassie's husband listen to this? Man. Here's the thing. She probably told him a roundabout, but I don't think she told him everything. That's the scary part. That's the scary part. Crazy how people are holding Cassie to the same standards as Diddy when he's almost 20 years older. The girl was groomed to be a sex slave. I don't think, at least not for me, I'm not holding her to the same standards. I think people are basically questioning how it is. No, Adam, don't be stupid. I'm not eating no fucking onions. What are you talking about? How could she tell him everything she went through this for 10 years? Right. So, like I was saying, I'm pretty sure she's hearing a lot of this shit for the first time. He's probably hearing a lot of this shit. I don't think she would. Let me know. Do y'all think Cassie went into detail when she told Alex what happened? Yes or no? I don't think she went into detail. Especially, she took the whole rubbing of the man juices on the nipple. I know she ain't told him that shit. And listen, I would have probably took that part to my grave. Right, I feel to a certain extent. But rubbing the man juices on Diddy's nipples, no. Her husband's spending that 20 million. Listen, the husband, you know, he got a part of that 20 million too. So, you know, listen, whatever he's hearing, he'll get over it. That 20 million is a reminder that he'll get over it. I still think the kids know who he is. Oh, so you think the kids are aware of who he is? You think they're just putting on a persona like, oh yeah, that's not my dad. That's not who he. You think they know? That's interesting. It was a codependent relationship. True. Those kids, damn, y'all think, okay, let's be clear about something, y'all. I don't think the girls knew about their dad. Now, the boys, they've been around. The boys know. Don't forget, they 20 and 30 something. They're not kids. We say boys, but they're men. They know. The girls, no. And obviously the baby, the baby don't know, right? But the boys, oh, they gotta know something. Mm. Damn, Empress. They're like Bobby and Whitney, except freak-offs instead of crack. Well, shit, they did the crack too. That's the thing. Well, no, they didn't do no crack, but they did cocaina. Oh, the STD. Good question. Lori Harvey, Vanessa. Yeah. Ketamine, ecstasy. Yep, they did all that. The one that looks like Diddy was accused of SA. Yeah. The distraction questions from the defense is irritating to everyone, but most importantly, the judge. They did say the judge was getting kind of irritated. I did read that. These are not wholesome people. Damn. Molly, White Horse, ketamine, opiates. Mm. Right, right. Okay, you guys, we're already past the hour mark. I only go for an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and end the show right here. Please hit that like button. We almost had 100 likes. We got 96 likes right now. Double tap the screen and you can like the video. I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll probably go live earlier. Like, I want to do an earlier show and then I'll come back and do a later show after everything. But I want to kind of do like a mid break show because I'm definitely curious to hear Don Richard talk for the first time publicly about all this. So yeah, we definitely gonna talk about it tomorrow or later on today, I should say. It's already midnight for some of y'all. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for all the donations. I appreciate that. And I love entertaining y'all. And thank y'all for allowing me to do what I love to do, which is entertain y'all. Love y'all. Be safe. We out.